Good morning, good Sunday morning. As you can tell, it's a little bit windy here in South Texas, but that's pretty typical for South Texas, right? I don't know what the feedback is coming through here. I guess I've got volume turned up on my iPad, so we got to get rid of that. I don't want to have to hear myself. Wow, that's a close up. I don't want to have to hear myself twice, right? Anyway, welcome to the live stream. It's just going to be a quickie one today. I've got some bits and pieces that have come in for the new Toyota Tacoma. I'll flip you guys around. You can see something a little better. This is it, of course. It is the 2024 for anybody who's not familiar with it. And I'm going to be replacing a mod right down there on the front soon. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But let's take a look at the truck because, frankly, it looks so frickin' gorgeous sitting out here. I did just tint the windows. Louisiana, too, it's windy. Yeah, it's always windy here in Texas. I tinted the front windows. They're 20%, as you can see there. Hopefully trying to match up a little bit with the back. Kind of depends on what angle you look at, right? I mean, looking that way, it looks pretty darn close to me. I think they did a fantastic job. I believe Monday will be the end of the waiting period to take off that, or to roll them down, I guess. Of course, we've got the back, got the liner in here, got the tie downs in here, and I was thinking about making a little bit of a change. We got UPS Prime showing up here. I don't know if they're for me. I don't think they're for me, but nonetheless, they're for the neighbors. I'm thinking of making a change on the rear of the Tacoma, actually. I like the sport bar on here, don't get me wrong. And of course, you can see it. It's on the truck now. It does enable me to put lights and things on. Let's see, the wheels look cool. The wheels are pretty cool. I dig them, I like them. You guys can see there are the aftermarket wheels I put on. They are Fuels. I think they're called Blitz. And the reason I chose those is because they've got chrome, or not chrome, what am I saying, chrome, bronze inside the wheels. I like the bronze with the red on the truck. I think it goes well. So that's why I went with those. And then I did change out the center caps. They were chrome to bronze. Fortunately, Fuel had bronze. Otherwise, I'd have probably painted the ones that I had, but I decided not to. Hey, John, what's up? It's nice, but I like the 4Runner and the Hilux, or Helix, however you want to pronounce it. Well, that's cool. If we all like the same thing, it'd be pretty boring. We'd all be driving around my Toyota Tacoma, right? Anyway, I'm thinking about making a change on the back. Actually toying around the idea of taking a little bit of a trip, I think, in the truck. I'm not sure about that. It's pretty far-fetched, really, because it would be like, I don't know, 30 some hours or something like that. And I don't know. I don't know if I dig doing that by yourself, and it probably would be by myself. Would be kind of a drag. It would take me like, I don't know, 3-4 days. Not something I probably really am going to do, but I'm kicking it around a little bit. I mentioned there are some mods. I think I showed one the other day. I think I showed it maybe in a short or something, but I'll show you guys here in just a minute. And then I had 2 big boxes come in, actually from a company I work with. They contacted me on, I think it was email, actually. Yeah, I believe they emailed me and said that they had a couple of products for the new 2024 Tacoma now, and asked me if I was interested in trying them out, even though I already have one of these things now. So I'm definitely going to try one out, and I'll get to that in just a second. First of all, got to do a quick little health report on the new Tacoma. Everybody, you know, all the rumors and things out there about how it's such a horrible truck, poor quality. It's all a bunch of BS. I'm going round and round with somebody on the channel now. They're trying to tell me that Tacomas have poor alignment, body panels and things like that. They don't match up. I don't know what they're talking about, and I'm not the only one. I've had a couple other people tell me that their trucks are spot on. so is mine. And if you don't know what I'm talking about where all the body panels and things come together. I'm talking about all the areas like along the front of the hood, the lines along the side, where the doors match up here on the sides, and then of course the gapping here on the edge between the bed and the cab, all these little seams and things where parts come together. Back here in the back, you know, the little gap here on the tailgate. I will say that might be the one area where it's a little off. If you look at my pinky here, you can see how far it's in on that side, and it's a little bit less. I can feel the difference on this side, but it's a moving part, right? So I don't expect that it's going to be absolutely perfect. People bitch or complaining about that. One thing that Toyota did take care of is this rear bumper alignment. It was always a problem on the third gens. It was never right. I don't know. It's pretty darn close right now. It kind of depends on the angle, and I'm talking about like right up in this area as well as along the front of it. It was never right on the third gen, but if you look at it on the fourth gen, I mean, look at that seam or area there as compared to the area here. I mean, it's pretty much spot on. So, you know, this person that's trying to convince me, and I don't know why they care really. I mean, what do they care what I think of the truck, or, you know, or how I feel about it? But anyway, trying to convince me that somehow the seams and stuff are all wrong and it's just poor quality and reliability is bad. And I mean, I'm an actual owner, right? I bought the truck. I own the truck. I'm not sponsored by Toyota, or nobody's paying me to say that, you know, the truck is good, and I would say if it wasn't. So like I have many times with the third gen, I catch a lot of flack about that from the fanatics out there. You can't say anything bad about the Tacoma. Well, I'm just telling it like it is, you know. Love the trucks. Always have, might always will. Depends on what Toyota does with it. Engine-wise, it's been fine. Transmission-wise, I will say I am on the TSB range of VENs that could have a potential problem. I don't have any problems. And let's be honest, every mechanical piece of equipment that you buy could have a problem eventually. I mean, they're machines, they wear out. So I don't know, it's not a big deal. The good thing about Toyota though is that they always take care of their products, right? If there is a problem, like with this transmission thing, you take it in, they fix it, and it's done, right? No big deal. Let's get to these mods that came in. The first one, as I mentioned, I think I showed this. Let me open this up so I can sit you guys down. Might get a little bit more cave-ish, like you're actually sitting inside of a cabinet right now. Anybody else keep their gloves even though they're falling apart garbage? I mean, mine, it's got holes in it and stuff, these jersey gloves, but I hate to get rid of them. It's so convenient just to grab them, right? So I got this turn down pipe. This came in, I don't know, 3 days ago. You can tell how big it is, I guess, in relation to my hopefully normal sized head. It's not a huge part. $85.50 for this sucker. I don't know, kind of expensive. There's another hole on my glove. I probably ought to get some New Jersey gloves, I don't know. But anyway, it's just a stainless steel part. The money in this thing probably is in the flange on the end here, and then the bracket that plugs into where the current pipe that we're gonna remove is, right? And the whole purpose for this, it is a downpipe, just to, I guess, point the exhaust down. That's the name, I guess, where it comes from, I don't know. Good for two things. One, for aesthetics, to get rid of that ugly look on the back of the truck, that big old giant cannon pipe that's sticking out on there right now. And secondly, if you're big into off-roading and stuff, it's a way to get rid of things that hang down, I guess, that could catch on things. I mean, the last thing you want to do is be out somewhere and rip your exhaust off, or rip it partially off, so that it's now dragging the ground and catching on everything. You wouldn't have that problem if you have this, at least not from the tailpipe on the end, right? Secondly, let's take a look over here. Let's get you guys, excuse me, out of the cabinet there. Secondly, I've got two big boxes down here. One says heavy. It should say heavier, but not too heavy. And then another one back there. What we're going to be doing, these come from Miller Cat. Miller Cat's a great company. I've been working with them for a while. I am an affiliate with them, so obviously I've got your YouTube typical discount codes and all that kind of stuff. So I'm removing a couple of comments if you're wondering. If you're writing in a different language, not acceptable because I got to know what you're saying. You know how people are or how YouTube is, and I'm not saying those two folks are this way, but people like to post crap, and if I don't understand the language, I don't know what it is you're saying, right? Busted Radial Garage, what's up there, buddy? So anyway, Miller Cat sent me these two parts. One is a skid plate for the front. Now, you may be wondering, let's take a sip here. Still not sponsored, by the way. You may be wondering, why in the world do I need a second skid plate? Is there something wrong with the first skid plate? The answer is no. There's nothing wrong with it other than it's really freaking heavy. But that just means it's solid, right? You might hear a plane going overboard or by right now. Anyway, it's really heavy, and so heavy that it might actually pull down the front. I think it does. Pulls down the front of the truck just a little bit, and I really didn't lift the truck to put a mod on and have it pulled down. So that doesn't sit well with me. So the timing of this was perfect. They contacted me, Miller Cat, about a skid plate that they have that's lighter. So why the heck not? I've worked with them before with cat shields. That's what I know them for mostly, but they also do other things, and they do skid plates. There is a discount for them, by the way, if you want to check that out down below. Again, it is an affiliate link. I do get a kickback for it, but it's certainly nothing that's going to make me rich. And it doesn't cost you any more money. It's not like they charge you more because you use my link. And there is a savings as well. So anyway, I'm replacing it because I want one that's lighter. Now, the only thing is, the one that I have on the truck right now is black powder coated, which is cool. I like black. The one I got is aluminum, so it's silver. Not a big fan of silver, but it's going to be under the truck. And the way that the Tacoma is, the new Tacoma, unlike the old one, you can always see that TRD skid plate under there. That's why everybody puts the TRD lettering on it and stuff. You really can't see it as much on the new truck. Let's take a look. Now keep in mind, my truck is pointing up. But can you see the skid plate on there? Even with the truck pointing up, you can't see that front skid plate. So I'm thinking it's not going to be an issue. I won't even know that it's there visually, which is good because I'm not a big chrome or silver fan. So this is going to work out quite well for me. I could maybe scuff it up a bit and put some black on it, bed liner, something like that, but I don't think I'm going to do that. We'll see. It'll be a spur-of-the-moment decision, I think. Bill Gates, yeah, I doubt it. Well, maybe you are a Bill Gates, I don't know. But anyway, Texas King. I don't know if you're referring to me in that manner or if you're saying something else. I don't really know what that means. I am in Texas. Deep South Texas, for anybody that wonders, in the 956. Anyway, so we got that coming. I also got a cat shield from them. That's what one of those two boxes, I'm guessing the one that does not say heavy. And it's really not that heavy. Again, I just did the one on the front not long ago, and in lifting this one with its packaging and hardware and all that, doesn't feel that heavy to me, not as compared to the other. I think the other weighs like 67 pounds or something like that. Pretty robust. So anyway, we're going to be doing that. Got the cat shield. That came from Miller Cat as well. And it's a great thing to put on a vehicle. They have these safety screws that you have to have the right tool. And everybody always says, oh, they can figure that out. They can come up with that tool. Well, do you think that people that are stealing catalytic converters are carrying around a big tool chest with them for every scenario they might run into? No, they're not. So what they're going to do is look under your truck and see that you have a Miller cat shield that they can't get off easily. They're just going to move on to the next Tacoma that doesn't have one. Why wouldn't you? I mean, to them, a catalytic converter is a commodity, and whether it's yours or the next one, it's the same one, so who cares? Ricardo Santos, how you doing? Wiley, what's up, RobMotive man? I just thought I'd drop in for a minute, do a little bit of a quick live stream, see what you guys are doing. Of course, football is going to be starting soon. I'll be watching that. I think here we're an hour behind. Oh, did you remember to change your clock last night? You see, it's really 12:20 in the real world now, but in the fake world, it's 11:20 where I'm at. We're an hour behind the East Coast, so I know I have a lot of East Coast people on here, I think. Fred Sausage, Rob, I've been over my 24 with a fine-tooth comb. All seams are good, and yes, the rear is better than my former third gen in the bumper areas. That's what I'm saying. So this person seems to have a bone to pick with Toyota. I don't know why. I don't know why people choose to be fanatical about anything, honestly. I mean, I'm really not fanatical about anything. But some people are. They get really fanatical about things or causes or whatever, and then they go overboard. And I'm like, who cares? I mean, if you don't like the Tacoma, I don't care if you don't like it. It's your prerogative. I don't like every vehicle out there either, but I don't get on people's social media and repeatedly dog that vehicle because I don't like it. I mean, to me, it's like, get a life, man. You're fixated. What is your problem? Jimmy Pham, it's 11:21 a.m. now. It is where I am as well, so you must be in the central time zone. I don't remember where. I think you've told me before whereabouts you are, but same thing here. So anyway, those are two. I did order another mod today on my Facebook group, which, by the way, there is a link down below. If you want to check that out, it's free. That's where you can post pictures and things like that. I often get people ask me on the channel, how can I send you a picture of my truck or of this mod or that mod or whatever? You can do it there, as long as it's, G-rated and clean. I don't want to see you standing there in your underwear. Somebody the other day sent a picture of themselves, and it wasn't bad, but they just sent a picture of themselves, posted it on the group, and I'm like, who cares? Well, why are you posting a picture of yourself? It's a truck channel. It's not a dating channel. It's not a show me off channel. I don't get it. I deleted it. And he was banned, actually. Let's see. Jimmy Pham is in Louisiana. There you go. So you're in the same time zone that I'm in. I did order another mod. Somebody got on the group, showed me a mod that they did, and of course that's like poison for me because if I see something I like, then I'm going to get it too. I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. It's to black out the door handles, and I thought about just replacing them, but replacing door handles on a Tacoma is not as simple as replacing them on a Tundra. The back ones. The front ones are not too bad, but the rear door handles, you basically have to take the frickin' door apart. I don't want to do that. So these are covers. Unfortunately, Toyota actually went with a blacked out area up here on top. So all you have to do is fit right over this area. Should be pretty good. I'm usually not a fan of covers. These are not, well, they're mirror caps. They're not covers. That is the mirror cap. And my whole point in doing this is to kind of match it up down the truck. I mean, we've got obviously tent here in the front, or I don't know, smoked, of course, the black trim down here. And then you go down the truck, we've got the black mirror. We're going to have the blacked out handles. We've got black back here, and then the black around the edges of the tail light as well. So it should be a pretty good look, I think. The good thing is if it's not, then all I have to do is pull it off. I'd be out $45 probably. I suppose I could return it, but I hate returning things to companies when it's my fault and it's used. Excuse me, and it would be used, of course, because I would actually stick them on there to make sure. My only issue with them would be is if they don't fit seamlessly and cover up all of the red. I don't want to see any red, and I want them to look like they should be there. That's how every mod should be, I think. Tom Griffith says, Rob, the truck looks great. Thank you very much. It's coming along. There are more things to do. I mentioned a couple minutes ago, I may do away with the sport bar, not because I don't like it, I really do like it, but I think it might be more useful to have a tonneau cover on that truck. I don't know. Plus, visually, I don't know if the truck would look better or worse without that, without the sport bar on it. We should take a look. You guys should give me your opinion. Let me flip you around. Because I think the sport bar kind of pulls all the lines of the truck together, if you know what I mean. So visualize this without the sport bar and with just a tonneau cover back there. So the sport bar would be gone, and I might actually be able to do this. The sport bar would be gone. Oops, let's get it this way. And this is kind of what the truck would look like, obviously without my hand. And there would be a tonneau cover back there. I don't know. The sport bar kind of hides the little brim of the hat, you know, the cap that Toyota put on the top there, kind of blends that in a little bit. So I think, obviously, if the sport bar is not there, then you're going to be able to see that. It'll be more pronounced. I'm not sure yet, but leave a comment. Let me know what you think. What you think. Would it look better, or at least the same, without the sport bar on it and a tonneau cover across the back? The one downside of drinking caffeinated beverages while you're doing a live stream, right? Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to get on, kind of show you guys or tell you guys what's coming. The downpipe mod is going to happen next week. Actually, all three of the mods will probably happen next week. If I do a tonneau cover, not quite sure when that's going to happen because I would sell the existing sport bar, and it'd be much easier to just leave a couple of bolts in that loosely, drive it to whoever wants it, and then take the bolts out, pop it off, and give it to them. I'm not exactly sure. But don't forget, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think the truck would look like without the sport bar and a tonneau in its place. Also, real quick, before I go, make sure, if you're new in here, or maybe you're not and you just never did, that you click that subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. Have a great rest of the day. Enjoy Football Sunday, and we'll see you next time on the web. Bye.